Oh, well, damn. Do you guys remember when I told you that one of my subscribers was actually a guest on the ship and I met up with her? Her name is Lucia, and on top of giving me an amazing bottle of Romanian red wine, she gave me this contraption. If you have trouble with wine keys and things like that, this is a great option. The only thing I will say is if you put the cork back in the bottle too far and you try to get into it the next day, this ain't gonna help you. Learn that the hard way. Hey guys, so I'm bringing back one of my favorite wines again. This is a wine that I am going to find once I'm off the ship. It is the Rancho Zabaco Red Zin. It's a 2016, and it's also just so smooth that you can have that first glass of wine without even really having anything to eat with it, and it still tastes good. You know, some red wines, if you don't have something to pair it with, it's just super tart, and this is one of my favorites. Give it a whirl. I think it's a great fall wine, which is perfect because this video is a fall get ready with me. Damn, that's good. Guys, did you know that fall and winter are my favorite seasons? I cannot tell you how happy I am that I spent the entirety of the summer in Alaska, and now I'm getting off the ship just in time for fall. Could this have been better timing? I think not. I'm going to use my NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer in the shade Terra Nueve. This is probably a little bit too light for me right now, to be honest, but you know what? We're gonna use bronzer, we're gonna make it work. I want to welcome anyone who is here from Jen Loves Reviews. I was fortunate enough to have Jen shout out my channel and include me in one of her recent live streams that was all about beauty channels that you should be watching, which, Jen, thank you so much. She's amazing at helping out other channels, case in point. I love women helping women. Just a huge fan of that. So thank you so much to Jen Loves Reviews and any new subscribers that I have. If you are brand spanking new to my channel, I am currently a performer for a cruise line. I'm gonna be done with that in like a week. Get me off this damn ship. Now I'm going to take my Anastasia Luminous Foundation and I'm going to use this as an under eye concealer, which is basically my favorite way to use this. I feel like it gives me just a really nice natural situation under there, not giving me a dry ass cakey situation. So things that I'm looking forward to when I get off the ship, which is October 11th. Let's start the countdown now. Seeing my parents, seeing my boyfriend, seeing my friends. My parents live in Las Vegas and they're going to be picking me up when I get off of the ship in LA. Then I'm going to go visit them in fabulous Las Vegas for a week and a half, upon which I will be doing a couple collabs that I'm super excited about. One is with the cool as hell Michelle Wong. Guys, get excited because we're going to be doing another, well, I think we're going to be doing another unpopular opinions video. Pretty much our favorite thing to do, just get together, eat a bunch of food, all drink, and just talk about shit we don't like. You know you like it. And I'm also going to be collabing with Risa Does Makeup. I've actually never done a collab with her, so I cannot wait. It's definitely going to involve some martinis or cocktail recipes. And as requested, I'm finally going to be filming with my mother. Donna's coming to the channel, guys, get ready. And I'm also just using that to set my eyelids as well. And just going over everything with a damp sponge just to make sure it looks flawless. No brush marks, anything like that. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a cream blush. This is my Rituel de Fille Inner Glow Cream Pigment in the shade Envious. Just dot that on my cheek, and I'm actually going to blend that out with my e.l.f. stipple brush. If you aren't a person who likes to use your fingertip to blend out cream blush, I cannot recommend this brush enough. I think it's like $4. Oh yeah. So now I'm going to set my face with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in this shade 1. You guys can see how well loved this is. It's one of my favorite perfecting powders. It really does give you an airbrushed look. I cannot tell you how excited I am to be able to have hard liquor again. I mean, I can go out in guest areas and order a cocktail. However, we are not allowed to have hard liquor of any kind in our rooms, or else they will send us off the ship for good. So that is why, if you've been watching my channel, you haven't seen a lot of cocktails, because I'm not allowed to have them. Oh, don't you worry, you're gonna see all the cocktails when I get off the ship. Okay, so I kind of feel like my face looks flawless as hell. Moving on to bronzer. Big part of a good bronzer application, well, any application, but especially bronzer for me is a good brush. All the brushes I'm using are the BK Beauty line, and this is one of my favorites. I just feel like no matter what bronzer I'm using, it just gives me a perfectly toasted situation, if you will. So I'm gonna be using this fabulous Tarte Clay Play face shaping palette. Has all kinds of awesome tones in here to choose from. I am going to be using this cool taupe shade, which is Desert. I have to ask, have you started watching Succession yet? Initially, I was a little skeptical, not because I thought anything was bad about it, just because I just hated every single person on the show, and I'm like, am I gonna care? Everyone's terrible. No one's redeemable on this show. But you know what? I gave it a few episodes and now, like, I'm in. Surprisingly, it actually has incredibly funny moments that make me laugh out loud. It's kind of filmed the way The Office is filmed, in that if someone has like a really awkward interaction or, you know, a reaction to something, the camera will sort of go there and you feel like no one else sees it but you. It's really funny. There are two characters in particular that I'm obsessed with, those being Cousin Greg and Tom. Also, I am now keeping a tally of every single time that fuck off is used in that show. The expression fuck off for Succession is the "you got it dude" of Full House or the of Home Improvement. I mean, we kind of hate it, but we just need to hear it. You know what I mean? I didn't want to even see Mary-Kate and Ashley on screen, but somehow if I got through an episode of Full House without hearing one of their annoying catchphrases, I just felt incomplete. God, they annoyed me. I've officially been bronzing my face for about 5 minutes. So for my eyes, I'm going to be using my Violet Voss Pro palette. I feel like this is a very fall-centric palette. I'm gonna go in with Are You Kiddin' Me? I also just finished the second season of The Sinner, which Bill Pullman is tearing down some crazy ass cult shit left and right, and I'm here for it. Cults intrigue and bother me the most because it's a group mentality that's parading as something that's helping people, and the next thing you know, you had some tasty Kool-Aid and you're dead. I don't care if it's Lululemon or Jonestown, you're in a cult, call your dad. Now I'm going to take Crystal and do my brow bone. I also just finished this series called Unbelievable. Guys, if you have not seen it, you need to run, do not walk. If you don't know the premise, it's a true story. It basically starts with this rape of this young girl that happens in the early morning hours. It's a really interesting study in how a lot of police departments and a lot of people just don't know how to speak to women about sexual assault and rape. And because of that, this particular police department who handles this girl's rape is completely inadequate, totally incapable. They don't know how to speak to her, just don't understand how to be sensitive, and basically they convince her that she completely made up the rape. Then it becomes, you know, sort of a serial rape mystery where you're following Toni Collette and Merritt Wever, who do such an amazing job, try to track down this rapist. I love that it's female driven. I love what it's trying to say about women helping other women and people just needing to understand we need to start, for the most part, believing women more than we have in the past. Anyway, it really hit home. I highly recommend it. Is there anything that Toni Collette can't do? Okay, so now I'm going to take my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eyeliner. This is in the shade Alkaline, which is a really pretty matte maroon shade. I just have to say, these Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-Ons since day one have been my favorite. They stay in your waterline really well, they don't move around, and they're so easy to apply. I'm gonna take that down from the waterline and also just do my lower lash line with it. So obviously it is October, it's the month of Halloween, everyone's ramping up, they're running out, they're getting their PSLs, they're thinking about who they want to be for Halloween. And I just wanted to draw you guys attention to my friend Sarah. Her channel is called Better Off Red. And if you aren't subscribed to her, you absolutely should, because she is incredible at Halloween looks. She does a whole month where she does these just amazing, intricate, really creative Halloween looks. She's like a master at it. I don't understand the amount of work that goes into her videos, her concepts, her photo shoots. It's really something you should check out. I'm going to link her channel down below. I know a lot of you guys who watch my channel love Sarah as well, but you know what? If you're one of the few stragglers who hasn't subscribed, you better do it. You won't regret it, especially in the month of October, because she's kind of a genius, actually. She did this whole, it's like a gender bender it look, and it was truly incredible and truly terrifying. I'm not really a dress up person. I know that that's kind of weird, especially because I'm in theater and people are like, what do you mean? If anything, maybe it's because I'm in theater that I'm just not a dress up person, because, you know, I kind of dress up for my job. Also, it was just so much work. It's like, I don't know, it's so crazy in New York City during Halloween. People are just drunk. It's like amateur hour. And then I spent all this money on a costume and all this time, and who's gonna see it? Like me, my boyfriend, and whatever random jerk faces are at a bar just getting drunk. So I'm more of a like stay at home, light a bunch of candles, have some red wine, watch scary movies person. So basically just my average Tuesday night. Has anyone started watching the new American Horror Story season? I haven't been able to get my hands on it because I'm on a ship. Okay, now I'm going to take this little BK Beauty Smudge It brush, kind of go in and soften my lower lash line. Now I'm going to move on to brows. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown. Oh, by the way, I set my brows with my Glossier Boy Brow in brown. I haven't used this in a long time. This is my Benefit Roller Lash. Still my favorite mascara for lengthening. So I'm gonna go in with this first and really just get to the very, very tippy ends of my lashes. So another question that I've gotten from people over the years in regard to being a performer on a cruise ship, people ask me where I live. I'm not entirely sure that I understand, but from what I glean, they think that we like do the show, then we get off the ship in port at night, go stay at a hotel, then get back on the ship, do a show, then get off and stay in a hotel. Like, I don't really understand how you could even think that, because clearly, like, you know, the staff has to actually live on the ship. People just really aren't thinking things through. You know what I mean? We do have the privilege of going out into guest areas, eating at the restaurants and all of that, which is fantastic. If I'm being honest with you, about 4 nights of the week, I just stay in my room and get room service, have my wine, and watch my Netflix. I'm not a huge people person. I'm definitely not the person who's, you know, gonna be out and about just mingling and willy-nilly meeting strangers. Pretty much keep to myself. I'm a pretty private person, which I know sounds weird because I have a YouTube channel and I'm a performer. That's the part of me that is introverted. I grew up very shy. I would say that I had the ability to be extroverted if I decide to be or if I need to be, but it's not like my default state, if that makes sense. So basically what I'm saying is, after I do these makeup looks, I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go, probably gonna be in my bed watching Netflix and having another glass of wine. Cheers! Okay, so this is actually probably a little bit extra because all I really need is that roller lash, but I'm gonna go in with, go in with my ColourPop BFF mascara. This is really good for drama and just adding a lusciousness to my lashes, and that's definitely what I'm going for with this look today. So now we're gonna move on to lips. So now I'm going to pull out my little handy dandy little trial size of Bite Beauty's Amuse Bouche lipstick in the shade Chai. Okay, I am literally, I don't know if you can tell, but the ship is literally on an incline this way. Like, I'm just really using my core right now. Guys, Bite Beauty, I don't even know what else to say. I just love, love, love their lip products. I'm gonna kind of buff this out with my finger a little bit. You guys know that I'm not like a huge, like sort of brown warm tone lipstick person, but this shade in particular is so stunning. I'm trying to branch out, do some fall shades, because you know, if I could, all I would wear is just like a glossy coral lip. This is actually one of their best-selling shades because it really is so universally flattering. I just think this would look stunning on any skin tone, from the lightest to the darkest complexion. It doesn't even matter. It's just gorge. I could just leave it like that, but I'm gonna be, oh God, it's like I can't resist a gloss. So I'm gonna use Bite Beauty's French Press lip gloss in the shade Dirty Chai. So we have a very like fall chai theme going on here today, I guess. This is really beautiful on its own too, but oh God. Smells so good. I unintentionally kind of did like a pumpkin spice lip today. Unpopular opinion, I don't like pumpkin spice lattes. It's like there's a bitterness or there's some spice in there that just What's wrong with me? I'm much more of like a flat white girl. I forgot powder blush. Knew I forgot something. So this is actually a new shade I got from MAC. This is called Breath of Plum. It's a pretty fall shade, right? You don't have to wait until your whole face is done to do your blush. The reason I like to do that is because blush always fades. So I do my cream blush, do my whole face, and then according to, you know, how dramatic my eyes are or my lips, I see how washed out I look, and then I go in with a little bit of powder blush just to really kind of seal that in and make it last all day long. This is actually a really stunning shade of blush. Running out of wine here. MAC blush and Breath of Plum, good job. Okay, and last but of course not least, we're going to throw on some highlighter. I'm gonna use, again, an oldie but a goodie. This is my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. Also gonna go just like above the brow bone because that's a really nice place where light hits and catches that highlighter as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this chatty get ready with me. I wasn't even sure like what I was gonna end up doing, but turns out I'm really digging on the fall look. Of course, as always, I've listed all of the products that I used down below in the description box. If you are digging on my content, please do subscribe, share, and give this video a thumbs up, and click that little bell right beneath this video with the parentheses around it. That is going to alert you anytime I drop a new video. Okay, bye!